Hey, what's going on, everybody out there in the world, ladies and gentlemen, men and women, males and females? Welcome to another video. Thanks for y'all who subscribed, who share the video, who likes the videos. I just want to bring awareness to what's taking its place out here in this world when it comes to relationships, marriages, people who actually go outside of the relationship when things aren't going right and they don't do anything to save what they invested in and um, you know hurting others. I'm looking at the outcome. This is an outcome to what's taking its place when people don't have emotional intelligence and you know when you think you're going through something, people are going through worse. Okay, I want to introduce to y'all a review, a reaction about Twisted Crimes. Twisted Crimes brings some amazing videos. Shout out to Twisted Crimes. And we want to bring awareness to those who are in situations who've been hurt or who are going through hurt and pain. And just know that it gets greater later when you go about it in a way that's um, more organized and more positive, and understanding that it does get greater. When you're in a position to where as though someone betray you or so, you know, once you move on, you forget about what even happened during your time your were together. As the time go by, you even forget about the relation. You forgot what y'all even done. You forgot what y'all used to eat together. You start forgetting. So that's how life move on. And once you start putting your mind in that perspective, you'll be better off. So let's get right into it. I'm not going to wrap to my tape pot. But let's get right into it, and we're going to check out what happened with the sister here and with his brother.
Entire city is unsafe. Lakeisha Raquel was born on February 25th, 1993. She was a beautiful young lady who loved life. She attended Wheatley High School. She was serious in life and wanted more in life too. Lakeisha enjoyed life with her friends the best she could.
Okay. She's living her best life, loving herself, you know, and I take my hat off to every woman out there that's enjoying themselves in life. And, but when you're in a relationship and you're with someone, and this could be before the time they was together. I'm not saying that this was when they were together, but things like this can traumatize a man, especially when you're making love to him. You out, you know how to shake it, you having fun. So the first thing he's thinking is that you're going to be doing that for somebody else, especially after he invested his time in. Let's get into it.
She was a happy, outgoing, and lively person. At the point in her life, met a young man named Daryl Mitchell, age 28. Daryl presented himself like a very nice person, but it will later unfold that he wasn't the person he claimed to be. Daryl was a local gang member who had 20 gang member friends in prison.
All right. He was a gang member. Wow. I think a lot of sisters fall into this trap, man. And I'm not saying all gang members is bad guys, but when you're joining, when you join when you with the person who joined the gang, who were in the gang, it's a red flag, like the one that they wear. It's a red flag, rather if it's blood, and it ain't blue, it's crip. So that's number one right there. Pay attention, y'all.
They dated, and at some point, Lakeisha got pregnant. They ended up having 3 kids together. They were together for a decent number of years before things started going downhill. After all the happy times, Lakeisha insisted she wanted to move on, but Daryl made it hard on her, especially trying to let every young man around town know they will get in trouble if they get close to Lakeisha. In 2012, Daryl was charged with assault after hitting her, and Lakeisha was given an emergency protective order, which eventually expired. Lakeisha finally met Donald at some point, and they became a couple. This news of Lakeisha starting a new relationship with a new man did not sit well with Daryl. So he took to Twitter to write, "I'd be saying to myself when I put the gloves on, it hurts when you gotta kill someone you love." A few days later, the 23-year-old mother of three shared a photo on IG with the caption, "When you want to break up, but he told you he'll kill you."
Most gang members, most guys who's affiliated in the streets, you know, they come from a place of, you know, is ego, ego. We come from a place of ego, which means that we feel exempt, that anything can happen to us. Like we can do everything to everybody else, but when somebody do something to us, we feel that our ego been shattered, been stumped on. And this doesn't justify whatever she did, rather her leaving him and or rather him putting his hands on her. But things could have been worked out. It seems as if, she moved on pretty fast and she threw it in his face. When you want to break up, but he told you he will kill you. It wasn't for everybody to see that on the internet. Um, it was just him, man. And let me take that back when it comes to gangs because there's some amazing people in the gangs. We clear that up. 'Cause I don't want no smoke with anybody out there that's a part of the gang. I can't fight and I won't shoot and I won't stomp an ant or a roach. I ain't built like that. Let's just make that clear. All right, we're gonna put that out there. I ain't built like that. You'll be wasting your time with me. But I just want to indicate that there's a lot of good brothers out there uh, that's a part of gangs, and there's a meaning to being involved in a gang. I don't glorify it or anything like that, but it started off as of unity. We was a men of honor, and we were united. So, however, egos get shattered when we feel we have something under control, and all along we don't because of dishonor and disloyalty.
He and friends even laughed over it. Well, things turned deadly on June 7th, 2016, when Lakeisha and Donald had planned a night out and the children were staying with a babysitter for the evening. Unfortunately, the babysitter posted something about her having the kids on social media and Daryl saw it. Daryl knew Lakeisha was home with Donald, then he decided to strike. Daryl drove to her apartment at the Gulf Coast Arms Apartments in the 6,000 block of Hurst in northeast Houston. Upon getting there, he knocked the door and Donald opened up. Daryl shot Donald point blank and he proceeded to find Lakeisha. He found her and shot her multiple times. Daryl drove away after the crime. Police were called to the scene by people who heard the gunshots. Upon arrival, they found both victims in the bathroom. They were able to transport Donald to the hospital, but unfortunately Lakeisha was declared dead on scene. Donald was in a critical condition. They confirmed Lakeisha and Donald were both shot in the head. Detectives say Daryl Mitchell took off from the Gulf Coast Arms.
Okay, so what I'm getting is that he wasn't healed. Whatever they were going through, he seemed to have moved past. And rest in peace to Lakeisha Lewis. This is nothing to you know diss her or be ignorant or this is just the reality of things, and this is out of all respect what I'm saying and what I'm stating. It seems as if he was still in his feelings. He wasn't emotional intelligent. He was still in his feelings. She moved on kind of fast from their relationship. Rather, if she got a restraining order on him when he put his hands on her, they had a lot of time invested. More likely, they had three beautiful children, and that man was more likely happy. He was happy with her, and more. They could have got some counseling, or I think she would have still probably been alive if she may have not moved on with another guy so fast, or you know, just found herself, by herself for quite some time. is to heal and focus on her and her children and their children, and then allow him to you know dissolve away, and then make her move. She probably went kind of fast, and that's what made him really upset and hurt. It have to be, and this is something women can learn from. When you move fast and you jump into relationships right after the next, and you got this man jealous and he's still in love with you. I understand you may not want to be with him no more, but throwing it in his face, rather getting on the internet or having him around, having a new guy around your children. Some people can't handle that. They break their spirit, and they will even say, "I'm going to jail. I'd rather go to jail. I'm gonna take her out." You know, so there's a repercussion to that. There's consequences for it. And this is what he have to bear.
Apartments this morning and then confessed to a friend that he had murdered the mother of his three young children, 23-year-old Lakeisha Lewis. And earlier today, Lewis's family literally had to come pick up the pieces, collecting her and her kids' things in a now empty apartment from crime scene. And Tricia was found shot to death early this morning in her bathroom. Her boyfriend, 24-year-old Donnell Francis, police say he was taken by ambulance in critical condition to a hospital. Detectives are looking for Mitchell. But Lakeisha Lewis's stepmom says their biggest concern now is the children left behind. It's a whole lot of scholars wake up and know that the daughter is gone. And she has three beautiful kids just asking for their mom, and you can't give them an answer. You can't explain anything about your mom because how do you explain to a 1 and a 5-year-old that you're going to listen to their mom again? The former couple, Lakeisha and Mitchell, had a tumultuous relationship. In 2012, Mitchell was charged with assault and in order to stay away from Lewis. That protective order eventually expired. Back out here live, the family tells me they hope Mitchell turned himself in. He was last seen in a charcoal gray Dodge Avenger. If you have any information, please call HPD.
Darrell called one of his trusted female best friends to confess to the crime. He also turned to social media to vent on a picture of Lakeisha and their three kids.
Look at their children.
Posted, playing both sides, state facts. And when you break your neck to make sure another end good before yourself, it hurts. I burst my off to make sure everyone good. Only God can judge what happened. I've never been a jealous dude, but when you play the both sides games, it gets people hurt.
See what I'm talking about? This is what I'm saying. It doesn't justify what he did. Let's just make that clear. What he did was completely wrong, and he deserved to sit and do time for that. But like you said, playing both sides stays fact. When you break your neck to make sure another motherfucker good before yourself, it hurt. That's what I'm saying. Like they have a history. He went out his way to make sure they was good. His family was good. The children was good. He busted his behind to make sure everyone was good. Like he said, only God could judge what happened. He busted his behind to keep a smile on her face. He never been a jealous dude. But when you play both sides of the game, it get people hurt. So she was playing both sides of the game pretty much. You know what I mean? While he was doing all that, she had someone else, more likely. And when she got caught, more likely she kept it moving. A lot of women to this day escape cheating on their boyfriends, cheating on their man, cheating on their husband. A lot of women escape the lie versus these type of women. He should get killed. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad that any woman gotta die when it comes to this. No one deserved to die. Some people do deserve. Some people do deserve to die, but I'm not going to consider dying over cheating. But who am I? I can't speak for that because I'm not the other person's feeling. I love my freedom. I'm not hurting nobody else. You know what I'm saying? But y'all so quick to comment on situations without knowing the facts. Daddy love y'all. He didn't mean to do that. Or he did, but he didn't. It was hurt. He let his emotional get the best of him. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not on his side. No, I'm not condoning what he did. No, I'm not glorifying the murder at all. But this is the reality of it, women. This is the reality of it, ladies. And this is the reality of it for males as well. This is the reality of it, y'all. Don't let her hurt you to the point you go out your way and get tricked out of position and lose your freedom over a woman that you will forget about within 2 years down the line of y'all being apart from each other. Don't risk your freedom. You'll forget about what even happened. You'll forget about it'll be some things that you look past that you wouldn't even like. You'll be like, what was I doing dealing with that? You know what I'm saying? Once you heal and move forward and find better, this is a big world. You will find better. And the one who did you wrong will go through their karma at their own time. But ladies, at the same time, you got to be aware of the guys who don't have this emotional intelligence. You have to be aware. You end up getting murdered, you know?
You're all so quick to comment on the situation without knowing the facts. Daddy loves you. The cops declared Daryl wanted. He was set to be armed and dangerous. After a couple of hours, Daryl turned himself into police at the HPD Edward A. Thomas building with 1,200
Basketball player looking
arrested
boy.
without incident.
Could have got any girl he want. More
The
likely.
mother of his children is seriously wounding her new boyfriend who's behind bars in a few hours. We could learn more about what led to the shooting with new appears in court. Eyewitness reports Jeff Ewing is live downtown. Much more this morning. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning, Police Commissioner Harold Mitchell, as you mentioned, he's a murder. He surrendered late Tuesday this morning. He's scheduled for a hearing in front of the Harris County Judge. Eyewitness News was the only face to be there as Mitchell surrendered to police. Mitchell wearing a hoodie, walked into the HPD main office accompanied by family members. Mitchell would not talk to us as he walked into the police station. Authorities say around 2 o'clock Tuesday morning, Mitchell went to the apartment of his ex-girlfriend with Keisha Lewis after seeing a social media post from a babysitter who was watching the couple's 3 children. Mitchell allegedly shot and killed Lewis in her apartment and allegedly seriously wounded her new boyfriend, John L. Francis. Now, the last we checked, the police told us Francis was still in extremely critical condition. He had been shot multiple times before the couple's children were not at home at the time that this happened. HPD is still looking for the weapon that used in this crime. If they have any information about that weapon,
Daryl later appeared in court where the judge set his bond at $100,000.
Hey,
This happened. Mine went blank and shot and killed her. He told them he loved her and now regrets his actions.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Art Westphal.
And I'm Melanie Lawson. Daryl Mitchell made his first appearance in court today. I was just pleased before Jeff Ewing joins us now live with why he posted district charges.
Harris County Judge, and now we are learning much more about what police say happened that night. During his first court appearance, prosecutors detailed what they say happened the night Daryl Mitchell allegedly shot and killed Keisha Lewis. Court documents. Mitchell called one of Lewis's friends after the shooting.
The defendant was told that he was going to have to raise John Miller, who's their child, because he was killed Lewis and John L.
Lewis and Mitchell have 3 kids together. The couple dated for several years before police say the relationship ended earlier this year. Tuesday night, Lewis was at home with her new boyfriend.
see, several years, you know what I'm saying? 3 children. From the looks of it with the kids, they looked at possibly about 7, 8 years old, maybe even 10. You know what I mean? But 3 kids, man, when you invest in 3 kids, women, ladies, let's just say ladies, yes, women, woman, all jokes aside, ladies, when you invest in so many kids, that's not so many, but that's enough. With a man, it's obviously you love him. If he invested his time with kids, with 3 kids with you, they all got the same father, it's obviously he love you. Y'all gotta think about the guy that y'all get with before y'all get like you gotta think and say, hey, I'm gonna be with this guy and have these kids with him, and that's all I wanna be with. When it's so deep emotionally like that, I'm talking about he been through taking them kids to daycare more likely, taking them shopping, y'all all eating together as a family, Christmas, Easter, we got Thanksgiving, all these times together with these children. and y'all together having amazing time. I mean, making sure just being a father, just know you got it. Like I got it, man. I'm good. I got my family. You know what I'm saying? You telling your homies, look, man, I'm partying the party over, but I gotta go back home to my family. I'm going back home to my, you know what I'm saying? And nobody don't know the real deal. You know what I mean? Because he could have been cheating too. I'm not saying none of that, but that's neither here or there. The moral of the story is that he seen her. She was in the house with another guy, maybe around the other, the daughters. They're all girls. So first thing he's thinking, wow, she got this guy around all my kids or in my crib where my kids live. His spirit was broken. I mean, we have to look at the male side as well. We have to look at, even though the murder supersedes all of that, there's really no justification for the murder. But besides him going to jail and doing his time, that's the only justification that's going to take place. But psychologically, you have to look into deeper what the mind was like. So future women don't take upon this, don't act in this perspective to allow someone else to lose their mind. Because I know what it feel like. I know what it feel like to want to have, yeah, I know what he's feeling. I know what he felt. Yes. So this video is to ensure and enlighten the women out there as well as the men. Because no matter how much power the man got, in most cases, women have more power. Let's just keep it all the way tall. You know, a guy got to, talk and go through the whole, shenanigans before we even get to it. And a woman can just wink her eye at a certain guy and take her finger and say, "Come in," and he coming right over there. Even though to me, that's scary to me. I done had women come on to me all fast and throw themselves at me. That's scary to me. I don't want it if it's that easy. In the words of Tupac, I don't want it if it's that easy. So for him to think to say, I gotta go through this whole thing again, man, and I gotta find me a new girl and do the whole talking and get to know somebody again, and then she gonna want to take me to court for child support and custody and all this nonsense. After she did wrong, she messed with another guy. His spirit was broken. He acted out in the wrong way. He can never come back again. She should have orchestrated it even much better in a perspective towards them not to have another man at the house that they lived at, you know, or have another man around their kids, jumping right into another relationship instead of making sure both parties are healed correctly so nobody can act out of rage.
I'm not gonna do her. His mind is blank and he's trying
The court record state both Lewis and Francis was shot in the head. He was died. Found out Francis was taken to the hospital in critical condition. He was the only patient there. There's nothing to walk away. Police say that they're going to go to the market. After seeing the post on social media, the first babysitter was the whole thing. Now, bond to this case was set at $100,000 for that increase. The charges for the capital murder, which Donnell Francis does not recover. Family members on social media were saying that Francis was in grave condition.
Unfortunately, Donald later died a few days later at the hospital. The
Wow.
charges against
Double
were
homicide.
updated from murder to capital murder. Donald at both times died in the hospital.
Wow.
If convicted of capital murder, Mitchell could face the death penalty
For the double
for
homie.
only 2 people. Whether to seek death was a decision made
Throw his life away just like that.
Generally, after months of consultation, court records show Darrell pleaded guilty to assault a family member after he took a t-shirt in 2012. He later was put on probation, which was successfully completed. As of now, he is without bond in the Harris County Jail. We do hope that Keisha and Donald gets the justice they deserve. Our sincere condolences to the friends and family of Keisha Lewis. May Keisha's memory be a blessing for her family and for all who knew her. May her life and death be a
She was
restoration
beautiful
and a
too.
turning point towards justice and increased protection for the rest of the youth survivors. Please stay safe out there and see you guys in the next video.
Hey man, shout out to Twisted Crimes, man. Shout out to Twisted Crimes. My condolences go out to his family and those beautiful children. And that fella as well who passed away in the mix of it when he was just being a man and dating a woman. That was beautiful. She was beautiful. She was a beautiful black sister. He couldn't take it. She didn't want to be with him no more. You know, getting that attention from her repeatedly. You know, I just want y'all sisters out there to recognize the situations y'all in, and if y'all with somebody that's, you know, abusive, get away from them, ease away from them. You don't have to leave like right then and there, but strategize your way to move elsewhere, to go elsewhere. If he's putting his hands on you, or you know, however, he should not be free in jail for putting his hands on you, hurting you. But at the same time, you shouldn't be putting your hands on him as well to provoke that. And next thing you know, you got a lot of women out here that's saying that they was physically abused when they were doing abuse as well. They were hitting men as well, and when the man hit them back, they get the best of them, and it's he abusing it, he beating it, when you the one who initiated it. So there's women out there like that that's taking its place, initiating the fights, getting beat up after they initiate it, because the man is trying to show her, hey, I'm the man, you know. So rest in peace to Lakeisha, man, and their family. And I just want y'all women to recognize who y'all dealing with. If you're going to be with somebody and have kids by him, know that you're going to be with him forever. Know that you're planning to know that this is a man that you wouldn't feel in the future that you're not going to want to be with him. Know that he's going to be somebody that you're going to love forever, and you're going to try to do your best to work things out and get counseling and get help. Because when men put their heart into you, they really love you wholeheartedly. When they invest in their time, it's very sincere and genuine. And I know most men, a lot of men, well, some men, and I'll say most men, ain't perfect. They out there still cheating and doing wrong and things of that nature, you know, and you don't deserve that. Yes, you do deserve to get away from that, you know, and there's a way to go about doing it without having the party lose his mind and put you in a position you can't get out because he don't care about himself anymore. I said that to say peace and love, y'all. I'm out. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. We'll come with more topics, but it's pretty much long. Um, this was a review, reaction, and y'all be safe out there, man. And peace and prosperity. Good boy.